Hello, everyone. I'm finally back after taking a little break due to being sick, but I'm back. And today I'm going to be talking about my two Yuri ice cream characters, Alma and Mercy. Both of them, have a hate to love relationship going on, so I want to share it. First, we're going to be talking about Alma and her background story. Alma was born and raised in London. Her parents were unfortunately unable to take care of her. They could not afford to take care of her, so they sent her to an orphanage. And unfortunately, this orphanage could not take care of every kid that was there either. They did not have enough funds. So, despite her parents looking out for her, she still ended up living a life of poverty. Now, our girl Alma was like, I gotta work my way through this. I can't be like this forever. This is not the life for me. So she worked her way up through connections to become one of the best mail deliverers. And she was able to send off mail to higher ups and stuff like that. But still, she was not getting enough money. She's like, this is still not enough for me. I need money. I need to be able to live my life the way I want to and just be free as a woman. She's seen all these different kind of men that are higher up and doing whatever they want. And she was like, yeah, that's me next. She wanted to own something of her own. Even though she had the odds stacked against her, she worked her way, saving up money as much as she could to get the life that she dreamed for. All she had to do was figure out how. So she continued doing that while trying to figure out how she's gonna become this millionaire. She has to deliver to a zoo, and this zoo unfortunately had to get rid of one of their animals since their funding was just going down the drain. And Alma overheard them and she was like, wait a minute, I will buy the monkey. Okay, don't worry about it. I'll buy this monkey before you guys get rid of it and do whatever you were gonna do. I will buy the monkey. So she adopts this monkey, and at first it was just like out of like love for animals, but then she was like, hold on. After taking care of the monkey and seeing the potential, she was like, wait, circus entertainment is one of the biggest things right now. And if I hop onto this before anybody else, I can be the big guy. I can be the big baller. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That was her plan. Obviously, she has the odds stacked against her, her being queer and everything, and but she still pushes through. She pushes through despite the challenges she faces, and she's going to do anything to make money. Our girl Alma was like, okay, I need a way to gather people's attention, gather an audience, and just farm money off of them. She doesn't really necessarily care about the art that comes behind entertainment. She just wants money. She's the monopoly of entertainment. She goes out and starts doing little underground performances with her monkey. And at first it gets a little booming. She's like, hey, this is kind of working out. But then people started getting tired of the same monkey act over and over. So they're like, yeah, we want something new, something fresh. And she's like, dang, it's really like that? So she has to find a way to find new people. She's like, this is not getting me far. I can't make it here in London. Let me go to Paris. I have enough money. I'm going to go to Paris and try to entertain them to see how far she can get with it. But she also specifically chose Paris because it's one of the biggest places at the time to have entertainers and stuff like that. It has the best entertainers there, some of the best. So she's like, yeah, I'm gonna head to Paris and find some of the best talent there. I need to find at least one amazing, talented person to put on my circus team. While working on her dreams, she also worked as a mail deliverer again. This time, it was just in Paris. She decided to take advantage of that. She had her sights on, trying to figure out who is the top people in Paris by traveling around, sending off mail, looking for opportunities to bump into talented people, which she did. And that's how she met Marcy. When she met Marcy, It was a brief moment, but everybody was crowding her, everybody was taking pictures. She's one of the most famous ballerina dancers in Paris. Everybody loves her. It was like, wow, you know? And I will say Alma noticed Marcy first, but it wasn't like out of like, oh my gosh, like I love her. No, it was out of like, oh my gosh, this is my opportunity. She searches for ways to get closer to Marcy. And by doing that, she quits her male job and works at this famous bar as a bartender. Finally, she's able to get closer and closer to Marcy. So finally, she meets Marcy, and they don't get along. From the first jump, they don't get along. Marcy is like, who are you? I don't care about who you are, actually. Like, get out of my face. She is like this mean girl, but it's well deserved for Alma, because Alma is just like, you're so talented, come work for me. Like, of course she's not going to listen to you, girl. Like, you just came out of nowhere. Like, bro, give her drink and get going. Marcy, let's talk about her real quick before we continue on the story. Marcy was born in France, and she worked her way up to become one of the most popular ballerinas. She knew when she was a kid that she wanted to be a ballet dancer. Obviously, her parents were like, we cannot afford to make you a ballet dancer. So you're gonna become a doctor or whatever else, but nothing but a ballet dancer. Obviously, Marcy was like, I don't care what you have to say. I'm going to be one of the top ballet dancers in Paris. Watch me. Even though she did have the talent, all of her praise and investment into her talent went towards another girl who is Khalida. Khalida is a rich ballet dancer, and she just got more opportunities than Marcy, even though Marcy is popular to those who can see talent rather than just color. Despite all the odds against her, for her race and everything, she still worked her way up to become one of the best dancers. In fact, she had to work twice as hard. So she's used to everyone like coming at her in a certain way. She's used to people always saying something bad or always trying to like gang up on her, as opposed to actually treat her with kindness and like be like, oh wow, you're so good. She's used to like, oh, you're good, but you can be better, as opposed to, wow, you're really good. So that's why she has this really defensive kind of energy. She's very closed off, mean girl kind of vibe. So when they're meeting together at the bar, she's like, get in my face. I don't want to talk to you. I don't care about you. I have stuff I have to do. I'm working. That's what she's like. So after that meeting, they don't really meet again until after a while. And the way they meet is actually pretty planned out by Alma herself. Alma decided to, hold on, let me get this straight. Alma decided to work her way in again, and she found out that there's a huge performance going on, sort of like a gala kind of event going on for the dancers. So she works her way in, and she is one of the servers. And she's like, okay, I'm in here. I need to find a way to get this girl to work for me so I can make my business popping. So she's sitting there serving and everything, and Marcy is doing one of the biggest dances of her life once again. And, it goes well. But the issue is Marcy is not given the amount of attention and money, invested into her talent. Instead, even though she's one of the best dancers, literally a runner-up or a second person that's not even trying as hard as she is being praised and invested on. They're spending money on their stage performance instead of hers. And Marcy is literally losing it. She's like, wow, this other person had a more spectacular performance than I did. I feel like even though I've been doing dance forever, I've been showing everybody my talent, I am not even getting the ounce of respect or, money towards my talent, bro. Like, low-key, Marcy is tweaking out. She sees this girl has better dresses than her. She sees she has better shoes than her, a better stage decorations and everything. Like, even the whole entire show, the pamphlets that were passed out, it was just mostly that other girl instead of Marcy. So Marcy is like, yo, I'm kind of getting tired of these people. I need to make a way so I can make money. I gotta do something on my own. I gotta do it my own way. So that's what Marcy is going through. So after the performance, Marcy decides to go outside while everybody else is chatting up. Marcy is not really feeling it right now. She is in, like, she is, she is angry. So she's out on the patio, on the porch, just trying to, like, get herself together before going back in there and talking to a bunch of man that she doesn't even care about, trying to make her way to get more money from them. So she's on the patio, and Alma comes out and is like, hey. And Alma's like, girl, didn't I tell, what are you doing here? Like, are you a stalker? You're one of my stalkers. Like, get out of here before I call security. And Alma's like, wait. Let me tell you something, girl. I can make you bigger than this. And Alma is really trying to sell Marcy this deal. And she's like, I don't know about this. I feel like you're wasting my time. You're following me everywhere. You're so persistent. Like, what do you want? What do you want from this? And she's like, Alma's like, I want to be the biggest entertainer, bro. Like, let's go. I need the best talent, and you are talent. So Marcy is kind of getting like if it wasn't for her, if it wasn't for Marcy being so hated on and like just not giving the right opportunities that she deserved, she wouldn't even pay attention to Alma. But in this situation, she's like, all right, I'll check it out, but it has to be secret. Like, I can just, you know what? Let's just one-on-one, we hang out, I dance and do this and that. I would do a little performance. We're going to do some underground performances and see how that goes. I don't want it to be in the tabloids. I don't want it to be on the news, do some little underground stuff, because if I get caught, I'm going to get kicked out and they're not going to spend money on me anymore. And I can't have that happening. Finally, they're together now, and Alma is just like, yes, it's perfect. Do whatever dance you want to do. It's perfect. I'm going to get my speech ready. We're going to do so good. And they have their first underground performance. And it does pretty good. It does really well. The people love them. And they're like, yes. You know what? This actually might work out. But still, Marcy is like, I don't need this to be in the news, though. I need this to be low-key. Like, I need more time. I don't know about this yet. It's too good to be true kind of thing. She's really kind of like not in it yet. And almost like, I can't have her not believing in me, not believing in my circus. I gotta find a way to get her on here. So she's like, okay, next performance, I'm going to display this in the news. I'm going to show her that people are going to love it and they're going to come over here to watch her thing. So she does. It goes to the news. She shares it with tabloids, and Marcy loses all of her investments. She loses it all. She is literally down to like where she started before. She's nothing. She's no one. And everybody in Paris is like, oh, she's this. That's where she belongs. Underground. She doesn't belong where she was before. So Marcy is tweaking out. Marcy is like, not only did you tell the news, you ruined everything. You ruined my life. And for what? And I was like, we're gonna make it big now. Don't you get it? That's what we needed. And Marcy just crashes out on her. Like, they get into a fight, and I'm talking like physical fight. Like, these two girls actually get into real fights. That's one of the real fights that they had. And if you're wondering who won, well, obviously Alma let Marcy win, because she needs Marcy to be performing. She can't have bruises and stuff when she's performing. So Alma is taking the beating, and she's like, you know what? You're right, but we can make it big. And Marcy is like, you don't even care about the art. You don't even understand what this means to me. All you care about is money, money this. You don't care about anything that I'm doing. You don't even see the art in it. And to be honest, Alma's like, I don't, bro. Alma is just money hungry. She's like, I don't. But for you, I'm gonna pretend. If that gets you to be on my team and perform, fine. She's like, okay, you know what? You're right. I could do better. Let's try to show these people that they're wrong. And they continue doing their underground performances. And, after a while of doing that and also finding other people to be in their team, Alma appreciates uh, Marcy's performance more. She begins to see the beauty in it, the dedication, the hard work that Marcy puts into it. Because Marcy is trying even harder than she was before, now that she's an underground artist, a circus, performer. She's putting her all into it. And Alma can finally see the passion that Marcy has for ballet. So that is their story together. That's part of their story together. Yeah. Like, actual hate. They did not like each other when they first met. There was no sort of like, oh my gosh, this person is kind of pretty. No, it was just straight up, well, Alma thought that Marcy was pretty, obviously, because Marcy is gorgeous, but she never was like, oh my god, like, I love her. No, it was just like, yeah, she's really pretty. She's eye-catching for my circus kind of thing. And that's how that, worked out. As for Marcy looked at Alma as a playgirl. You know what I mean? Like, she was like, oh, this person is just here for money. This person is gonna play you. Like, this person is a what she would call a starving dog. That's what she sees Alma as a starving dog. She even says it to her face. She's like, you are a dog, and not even just a regular dog. You are a starving dog. All you care about is making money, and I want nothing to do with that. I already deal with people that's just making money all the time and not caring about the art, and now you are coming in here with barely any money, doing the same thing so you can make money? Piss off. Like, piss off. Get out of my face. But eventually after some time, and I mean, like, it's a slow burn between them. After some time, they finally begin to see each other for who they are, and Marcy is finally able to see how she really struggled to get her way here. And she's just a woman trying to make the bank, after dealing with being poor and having nothing at all, working day to day, being a mail delivery woman, it was rough out there for her. And once Alma begins to see the talent in all of these, not see, but appreciate the talent in all of these circus goers, she's like, Alma actually is more like humane than I thought. She's more passionate and kind and stuff like that, but she just really wants to be able to make money. Like, she gets it now. And once they get each other like that, they begin to fall in love with each other, and they're a really cute couple. They still get into fights. Even though they're like together. I would say, honestly, they're like the old couple kind of thing going on. Marcy, oh my gosh. Alma knows the perfect way to rage bait Marcy. Alma would rage bait Marcy for fun and just piss her off. Marcy is so tired of Alma. Like, Alma would be like, wow, that was a great performance, but your pointy needs to be better. And Alma would literally crash out. She's like, who are you to tell me? You know nothing about ballet. You know nothing. Like, she is passionate. Like, she will literally crash out on Alma if she keeps playing with her too much. So Alma, even though she loves seeing her mad, she needs to find a way to like be like, oh, now it's time to push off. No more playing around. Their love is like cat and dog kind of situation going on. And yeah, the chaser in this relationship is Alma. Alma, after seeing everything, she's like, I love you. And I'm gonna bag this baddie. That's basically their story. I hope you guys liked it. I loved it. They're my favorite ship out of the whole circus. Hopefully I can do more. But that's it for now. Bye!